responding to a domestic disturbance call yesterday when they chased the armed suspect into the crowded theater. Moviegoers poured out as police raced inside. An officer shot the suspect, who survived, but he's in critical condition tonight. American troops helped France in an attempt to rescue a French intelligence agent held by hostages by militants in Somalia. President Obama today detailed the U.S. involvement in the mission, which was Friday night. He said U.S. troops led what he called limited technical support and made American aircraft available if needed. The mission failed. The captured agent was not rescued, and the French government believes he is now dead. Hundreds of thousands of people opposing same-sex marriage rallied on the streets of Paris today. France's president is pushing a plan to legalize same-sex marriage and adoption. It faces strong opposition from the Roman Catholic Church and social conservatives. The plan is expected to be voted on by the National Assembly in March or February. A break for Americans hoping to adopt Russian kids. A ban on American adoptions will not go into effect until next year, according to a Russian news agency. Hundreds of Russians in Moscow protesting the Russian government ban, believing that freeze on adoption will pass the backlash from the passage of new U.S. law, which targets human rights violations in Russia. The decision now to delay the ban means 46 adoptions underway should go through. Former President George H.W. Bush may finally get to leave the hospital this week. The 41st president, shown here on his birthday last June, has been in the hospital since November 23rd for bronchitis and then what was described as a stubborn fever. His son, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, says his dad is expected to be released tomorrow. A family spokesman says they are hopeful he will be discharged, but still taking things day to day. The NFL playoffs are down to 4. The Atlanta Falcons kicked a game-winning field goal in the final seconds, defeating the Seattle Seahawks 30-28. Atlanta advancing to the conference championship game next Sunday against San Francisco. Meanwhile, Tom Brady led New England to a 41-28 win over the Houston Texans. The Patriots play Baltimore in the AFC Championship game. Well, it's 30 days since the massacre at that elementary school in Connecticut, and just 2 days until the vice president and his task force made public their ideas to put the brakes on gun violence. Listen to some of the voices today from both lawmakers and gun rights lobbyists. I'm urging all countries' major gun retailers like Walmart and Sports Authority to suspend sales of modern assault-style weapons until Congress is able to fully consider and vote on legislation to curb gun violence.
When a president takes all of the power in his office and he's willing to expend political capital, you don't want to make predictions. You don't want to bet your house on the outcome. But I would say that the likelihood is that they're not going to be able to get an assault weapons ban through this Congress.
Let's be honest. We're not always going to be able to find these individuals who, on a dime, turn into madmen. And what could have helped here in Newtown is a ban on assault weapons. I got to tell you, I fundamentally believe that if we had a ban on assault weapons and a ban on high-capacity magazines, that this guy might never, ever have taken up arms to begin with. Because what happens is these guys start to get courageous when they believe that they can walk into a school or to a movie theater with the kind of weapons that they see in these video games. There would still be little boys and girls alive in Newtown today, I believe, if you had banned assault weapons and these high-capacity magazine clips. And that's something that we can do and do now.
CNN's Susan Kadiaki is in Newtown, Connecticut. The people of that town today mark 1 month since the massacre at Antioch Elementary School. And there's a delicate subject of what to do about the school itself. Do they make it a memorial or tear it down?
During tonight in Newtown, there was a public forum with many people trying to decide what to do about the future of Sandy Hook Elementary School, where the shooting occurred. And there were so many different opinions. Do they tear it down forever? Do they rebuild the school? Do they put a memorial there? Hard to get a consensus, but not surprising in this town, since it's only been a month since the shooting.
We just felt as though it was time to take another step.
Well, no doubt Montpelier school officials hope they can keep the shooter out of their buildings, but what if the gunman gets in? Some colleges in California are actually putting students and staff to the test using what's called active shooter training. Here's CNN's Miguel Marquez.
Lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. It's called active shooter training. Come back here. You're gonna death. The scenario's horrifying. Hey, don't run for me. A heavily armed masked killer, all too possible. So the scenario has just ended. They used masks in the scenario to make this as real as possible. They used air guns when the masks are necessary. In this one, the gunmen tried to get into this door. The people in this room barricaded themselves in. Is it helpful? I mean, the scenarios, how realistic are they?
They're absolutely realistic. Even though you know that they're not real bullets, immediately I think, okay, I don't want to get cut at even if it's, with a soft pellet gun.
Southern California's San Diego State University, home to 30,000 students, has opened its doors to Response Options, a Texas company teaching civilians survival skills for mass shootings. The lessons that you're teaching are incredibly simple, it seems. Yes. Why is that so important? First off, what has been taught to them before has been shown not to work. What doesn't work, he says, is only trying to hide from a gunman. The company teaches other options, like providing good information, barricading, escaping, and in extreme situations, countering a gunman. Students at Alabama's Auburn University also underwent the training. Here at San Diego State, all incoming freshmen will undergo active shooter training starting this fall.
We want people to know what their options are before they happen.